lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
In a dramatic move, Prince William has reportedly kicked Camilla out from his mother's awards ceremony, stirring royal tensions and public speculation. Some suggest a long-standing feud, while others believe a recent event triggered it. But why did Prince William do this to Camilla? Join us as we uncover the details of the tension that triggered this dramatic move. Queen Camilla's absence from Diana's 25th awards ceremony. As the 25th annual Diana Awards ceremony drew near, excitement was building. People from around the globe, including journalists, fans of the royals, and supporters, were eagerly anticipating it. While the event had always held significance, this year seemed particularly important. It was not just a matter of recognizing exceptional young individuals, but also a way to honor Princess Diana, whose compassion and deeds had a lasting influence. Everyone was eager to find out not only the recipients of the awards, but also what insights the event might offer into the current state of the royal family. Prince William, the oldest son of Diana, played a key role in arranging the ceremony. He carefully oversaw every little aspect, ensuring that the occasion captured the essence of his mother. His dedication highlighted his deep connection to her. All details, from the decorations to the list of guests, were carefully thought out. William personally selected photos of Diana, showing her happy face, loving nature, and commitment to charity work. The whole atmosphere was filled with love and respect for her legacy. The seating arrangements were carefully planned, especially for the young winners who were being recognized for their efforts in social change and community support. Emotional videos were shown, highlighting Diana's kindness and impact on the world. Despite the heartwarming speeches and happy moments, there was an underlying tension and silent message in the atmosphere. As the guests arrived and the event started, the royal family members received a warm welcome. Prince William and his spouse, Catherine, Princess of Wales, greeted the young guests with genuine smiles and words of encouragement. Their presence added a sense of peace and honor to the event. Even though Prince Harry couldn't attend due to his family duties, he sent a sincere message of support. King Charles was also present, but he stayed in the background, showing respect and letting the day focus on his late former wife and her values. Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, was missing from the event, which raised eyebrows among the media and guests. Her absence was not due to a mistake or other commitments. Those familiar with the royal family knew that Prince William had purposely not invited her to the ceremony. Even though no official announcement was made, people who knew about the situation understood what was happening. William had made a decision that was important to him personally. He wanted the day to be dedicated entirely to his mother. By excluding Camilla from the event, he set a boundary for privacy. It wasn't about causing a scene in public, but about honoring his mother's memory and preserving her dignity. He wanted to keep this event separate from any reminders of past grief in his heart. The media noticed that Camilla was not there, and the news started spreading rapidly. Despite this, Buckingham Palace decided not to say anything publicly. They preferred to concentrate on the event and the young winners. Nevertheless, their silence led to more rumors. Some people close to the royal family privately confessed that they were uneasy about the situation. Camilla was seen as an important member of the royal family, so her absence at the event was significant. Opinions were split among those close to the royal family. Some thought William's decision was driven by his love and loyalty to his mother, seen as a heartfelt gesture instead of defiance. Others worried it could reignite past conflicts in the seemingly united family. William, however, stayed composed and sure of his choices. He understood the potential reactions from his family and the public, yet he stayed authentic to his emotions. William didn't intend to create a problem within the family. He just wanted to be honest about his feelings. By not involving Camilla, he was trying to safeguard his mother's memory. He believed that certain things should remain untouched, and this day was one of them. During the event, William displayed a lot of strength and genuine interest. He showed respect to each young person receiving an award, recognizing their bravery, kindness, and dedication to improve the world. In his speech, he talked about Diana's kindness and her desire to make a positive impact. His message touched the hearts of the audience, whether they were present in the room or watching from a distance. He made sure to emphasize that Diana's values are still alive, not only through the awards, but also through the actions and leadership of her son. After the event, reporters complimented William's sincere tribute. They admired his soft approach, the emotion in his words, and his real bond with the people receiving the award. Despite the positive feedback on his performance, many were still talking about Camilla not being there. They were curious about why she wasn't present. Was it a personal choice, a way to communicate something symbolic, or maybe both reasons played a part? Royal experts spent weeks discussing the event. The palace didn't say much, but it was evident that William's decision made them think deeply. Camilla, even though she didn't show it publicly, understood why William made his choice. She knew that it would take time and distance to heal emotional wounds. King Charles, juggling his roles as a father and husband, handled the situation cautiously. He honored his son's wishes while also acknowledging Camilla's importance in the family. In 2024, the Diana Awards became more popular and significant. Recipients from different countries were motivated by the values they stood for, which were the same values Princess Diana believed in and which Prince William now continues to uphold gracefully. Many people were moved by his commitment to keeping his mother's memory alive, as it showed a more compassionate and relatable aspect of royalty. By 2025, it was evident that William's leadership was changing. People no longer just saw him as a prince or future king, but as someone who was willing to show his emotions openly. His calm strength and honesty were shifting the public's perception of the royal family. He proved that it's possible to honor tradition while being true to oneself. But why did Prince William do this to Camilla? Did she do anything wrong? Prince William's silent promise to Diana. The Diana Award means more to Prince William than just a yearly event. It holds deep emotional significance for him that goes beyond his responsibilities as a royal or his public image. It serves as a solemn tribute to his late mother, Princess Diana, allowing him to keep her memory alive in a world that often forgets the past in its fast-paced nature. The award was established in 1999, shortly after Princess Diana's death. Since then, it has become a highly esteemed honor in the UK. It is awarded to young people who embody Diana's values of kindness, courage, compassion, and a strong desire to assist others. As the 25th annual ceremony neared in December 2024, there was a serious and concentrated vibe at Kensington Palace. William collaborated closely with his team to ensure that every aspect of the event honored his late mother. From where people sat to what was said in speeches, every choice was guided by Diana's principles. He viewed the ceremony as not only a tribute to young people, but also as a reflection of Diana's lasting impact on the world. However, this year felt especially emotional for William. He was affected by news that the BBC had deceived Diana in her famous interview many years ago. This scandal brought back painful memories and stirred strong emotions in him. William felt a strong desire to protect Diana's memory, now more than ever before. The betrayal Diana experienced reminded him of the importance of preserving her legacy with care and respect. Due to this, William planned the event with extra care than usual. He personally checked every detail, focusing on the guest list. Previously, most royal family members, including Camilla, now the Duchess of Cornwall, were invited. Her importance in the family had increased, and she had attended past events with grace. However, in 2024, something changed. William started to wonder if it was a good idea for Camilla to be there at this time. The recent BBC revelations had made him feel emotional, and he knew that his mother's memory still held painful memories from the past. Even though Camilla had tried to earn the public's trust, her past with Diana couldn't be overlooked. William knew that having her there might take away from the real reason for the event. He thought carefully before deciding. Ultimately, he chose not to invite Camilla to the ceremony. There was no official announcement. The palace remained quiet, as it usually does in delicate situations. However, there was uneasiness behind closed doors. People talked and shared their opinions. Some sympathized with William, while others worried about potential tensions within the royal family. William stayed calm and composed despite the situation. He was not letting his emotions control his actions. He made a decision based on his emotions and genuine feelings. He believed that the ceremony should be centered around Diana, focusing on her life, achievements, and the young people she cared about. Including Camilla, even in a respectful way, could distract from honoring Diana. But what started these up? Why was Prince William angry in the first place? Prince William and the BBC scandal that shook the palace. In June 2021, people worldwide were paying attention to Buckingham Palace once again. There was a significant event that happened, sparking memories of the past. The BBC had finally acknowledged the results of a report conducted by Lord Dyson, which uncovered a serious betrayal. The truth about the well-known 1995 Panorama interview with Princess Diana had been revealed. It was not obtained in a fair manner. Instead, the investigation showed that it was acquired through deceit, falsified documents, and manipulation. The journalist who was in charge tricked Diana. The interview that was thought to be a brave and honest moment now appears to have been based on lies. In 1995, people all around the world tuned in to watch the interview, believing they were finally hearing Diana speak her truth. However, in 2021, learning that the interview was deceptive made many people feel upset and furious. The news was even more distressing because it concerned someone as cherished as Diana, who had already faced a lot of pain in the spotlight. Prince William, the firstborn son of Diana, was seen outside Kensington Palace right after the report was released. He looked very sad, disappointed, and lost in thought. Although he didn't say much, his words conveyed strong emotions. The treatment his mother received was not only unfair, but also painful for him. The report was not just a piece of news or history to him, it was about his mother. Losing her at a young age, he now had to relive the way she had been mistreated many years later. He clearly stated that the BBC had acknowledged the report, but also emphasized the seriousness of the situation. The individuals working for the BBC at that time had deceived Diana into speaking by using lies and forged documents. This was not a minor error, but a significant event that altered her life trajectory. William felt as though the world was being reminded of the pain his mother had endured. Diana had not only faced pressure from the media, but had also been deceived by those she trusted to share her story. When he talked, TV channels worldwide reported what he said. People talked about it on the internet, at home, and in the media. It seemed like Diana was back in the spotlight. People remembered her being kind, her challenges, her smile, and how badly she was treated at the end. William's words resonated with the public. It wasn't just a speech from a royal, it was a son promising to defend his mother's legacy. William had always followed the customs of the royal family, but then something shifted. This time, it was about his emotions. Growing up, he witnessed how the media impacted his mother. He recalled times of sorrow, bewilderment, and feeling let down. Now that the reality was revealed, he was determined to speak up. His response wasn't solely based on frustration, it was about honoring the memory of Diana. He aimed to ensure that Diana was remembered accurately, not merely as a royal, but as a mother who did her best to look after others despite her struggles. The royal family usually keeps their emotions to themselves and communicates only through official statements. However, this particular situation seemed to be an exception. Even Queen Elizabeth, who is known for her composure, was reportedly impacted by it. Prince Charles did not provide any commentary, possibly due to the complicated nature of the matter. The past circumstances weighed heavily on everyone, making it difficult for some to express their thoughts openly. Over time, the story remained in the spotlight. The scandal was still being talked about on various media outlets. Many people sought fairness and authenticity in Diana's story. For Prince William, it was more than just a time for contemplation. He started taking actions to ensure his mother's legacy would be remembered in a positive light. One of the ways he did this was by establishing the Diana Award. The Diana Award is a unique organization that recognizes young individuals who demonstrate qualities like compassion, initiative, and a commitment to helping others, which were important to Princess Diana. Prince William became more engaged with the charity following a controversy involving the BBC. He examined the awards processes and sought ways to ensure it stayed true to his mother's values. As the next Diana Award ceremony approached, William made subtle yet impactful changes. Normally, these events adhere to royal customs, but this time, William meticulously focused on every detail to ensure everything was perfect in appearance and atmosphere. He understood the significance of the event, and the message it conveyed to the world must reflect Diana's spirit above all else. During private conversations, one name that was frequently mentioned was Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall. Camilla had a complex history with Diana. Despite many people accepting her position in the royal family, her connection to Diana made her involvement a sensitive issue. William recalled all the memories from his childhood, with emotions still lingering even after all this time. As the event approached, William made sure to carefully plan and organize. He looked over the guest lists, adjusted the seating arrangements, and decided to skip some formalities. It became more evident each day that Camilla may not be included in the event. This was a tough choice that could disappoint some individuals and not meet royal standards. However, William believed it was the best decision to make. He wanted to prevent any disruptions. He wanted the event to be primarily about honoring his mother, her memory, and the young people being recognized rather than royal drama. He was not trying to hold on to any hard feelings. He simply wanted to pay tribute in a respectful manner. William believed he was following Diana's wishes by making sure the event was sincere and genuine. When the event happened, it was obvious that Prince William had become a leader who cared more about honesty than image. He had gained the courage to speak out when it was important, particularly when it concerned his mother. The scandal surrounding the BBC interview brought back painful memories, but it also allowed him to defend Diana in a way that revealed her true self to the world. Through this, William highlighted the enduring bond between a mother and her son, proving that it remains strong even in difficult times. The pain behind the crown. The relationship between Camilla Parker Bowles and Princess Diana was more than just a rivalry between two women. It involved love, betrayal, and hurt that deeply affected the British royal family. Prince William, who was at the center of it all, had to witness the pain and suppress his emotions, which later impacted his character. The situation was not just a simple love triangle among royalty. It was a storm that caused lasting wounds, affecting decisions within the royal family even now. Before Diana entered the scene, Camilla had already left an impression on Charles. They got to know each other in the early 1970s and formed a deep emotional bond that went beyond just liking each other. However, their relationship had to be put on hold when Charles had to fulfill his Navy duties, and Camilla ended up marrying someone else in 1973. Despite moving on with their respective lives, the emotional connection between Camilla and Charles stayed strong, though hidden and not openly acknowledged. Lady Diana Spencer's marriage to Prince Charles in 1981 was like a fairy tale. She was young, elegant, and beloved by the public. Their grand wedding was watched by millions and seen as the perfect royal match. However, behind the scenes, things were not as they seemed. Diana soon realized that her husband's affections were still with Camilla. The presence of another woman in their marriage left her feeling deserted and betrayed. During the 1980s, their marriage started to show signs of trouble. Diana felt emotionally neglected and struggled to pretend everything was fine in public. She suffered in silence as Charles maintained a relationship with Camilla, causing her pain. The demand to stay strong, the feeling of isolation, and the realization that she was not a priority in his life led to overwhelming stress. In 1989, there was a significant change. During a birthday party thrown by Camilla's sister, Diana made a surprise appearance. It was then that she decided to directly address Camilla. In a private conversation, Diana calmly informed her that she was aware of the situation and didn't want to be deceived any longer. Camilla's composed and distant reaction made Diana feel even more isolated. Despite this, Diana saw this confrontation as a show of her inner strength. It was the first time she had voiced her feelings to the woman who had been involved in her marriage. In the early 1990s, Diana faced more emotional turmoil as she tried to be strong while raising her sons amidst heartbreak. By 1992, the pressure and pain became too much, and Charles and Diana decided to officially separate. Despite efforts by the royal family to control the situation, the damage was already done. The separation had a significant impact on their children, William and Harry, who found themselves caught in the middle of a sad and complicated situation. In 1995, Diana gave an interview that surprised everyone. During the interview, she talked about her challenges and confirmed what many people already suspected. She mentioned how difficult it was to be in a marriage where she was not the only woman. William, who was only 13 at the time, was saddened to see his mother, whom he loved deeply, going through so much pain publicly. It wasn't just a situation blown up by the media, but genuine personal suffering that William witnessed firsthand. Seeing his mother in distress left a lasting emotional impact on him. In August 1997, something unimaginable occurred. Princess Diana passed away in a car accident in Paris. William, who was just 15 years old at the time, experienced the loss of his mother in a heartbreaking way. It was not just the loss itself that was painful, but also the circumstances surrounding it, the public grief, the media attention, and the feeling of helplessness. This event had a profound impact on William, causing him to become more reserved with his feelings, cautious about who he confided in, and fiercely protective of his mother's memory. Her legacy became something incredibly important to him. When Charles and Camilla got married in 2005, the public had started to accept it. After some time, people's views on Camilla had started to change. However, William found it harder to come to terms with the situation. He was polite and respectful in public, but he was still hurt inside. He experienced sadness and heard his mother cry. He remembered every detail. Accepting Camilla into the royal family was more than just following tradition. It was a deeply personal process filled with emotions that the general public may not fully grasp. Beyond the perfect facade was a man who had witnessed his mother suffer heartbreak. Whenever he saw Camilla, those painful memories resurfaced. The past could not be forgotten, and Prince William struggled with the idea of forgiveness. Years went by, and William gracefully embraced his responsibilities. Despite this, Diana's influence continued to be evident in his life. She was always part of his decisions, including how he raised his children and the charitable causes he championed. As the 25th anniversary of the Diana Award approached in 2024, it was evident that he still deeply mourned her passing. The event was not just a formal occasion, but a heartfelt tribute to the woman who had a profound impact on his life. New information was revealed about how Diana was manipulated into doing the famous interview, bringing up old emotional pain. William felt compelled to protect his mother's legacy once more. The memories flooded back, causing him to feel a stronger sense of responsibility to uphold her truth. William had a tough decision to make about who should go to the Diana Award ceremony. He didn't want Camilla to attend because it might distract from the real purpose of the event. Her presence could have caused emotions like confusion, sadness, and conflict, which William didn't want. The award was meant to honor his mother's qualities of compassion, strength, and love, and he wanted to keep her memory pure and free from past pain. He carefully considered who to invite to the event, not focusing on formalities but on honoring his mother's memory and keeping the purpose of the event clear. It was clear to those around him that he was determined, and his personal connection to the decision was evident in his calm and resolute demeanor. So, what will be the future of Queen Camilla and Prince William? Will there ever be peace? The future of Queen Camilla and Prince William. The bond between Queen Camilla and Prince William has always been complicated. It is influenced by a long history of emotional suffering, public disappointment, and family discord. Even though they both hold important roles in the royal family now, their relationship is still fragile and kept private. The underlying tension between them may not be obvious to outsiders, but it is profound. Prince William is still guided by his deep love and loyalty to his mother, Princess Diana. He was just a boy when he saw her struggle in a difficult marriage. He recalls the sadness and silence in their home, as well as the tears she tried to conceal. All of this suffering left a lasting impact on him, influencing his views on family, marriage, and trust. Camilla's relationship with Prince Charles, before and during his marriage to Diana, had a big impact on William. Even as a kid, he could tell that his mom's life wasn't as ideal as it seemed. As he got older, he learned more about the situation. This understanding created a barrier of quiet resistance between him and Camilla. Over time, Queen Camilla has navigated royal life cautiously. The public began to accept her role as King Charles's wife after a long period of controversy. She has embraced her official responsibilities and tried to uphold a composed and respectable image. However, despite her new title, her relationship with Prince William remains formal rather than personal. They attend events together, take photos side by side, and exchange polite smiles. Yet their connection behind the scenes remains distant. Prince William is recognized for being considerate and polite. He values tradition and the reputation of the monarchy. This is why he makes sure his personal emotions don't affect his responsibilities to the public. He is kind to Camilla not because they are close, but because he wants to maintain harmony for the sake of the institution. However, to observers, it is evident that there isn't a strong bond between them. Their relationship is not based on openly fighting with each other. Instead, it is a delicate and peaceful equilibrium. William's devotion to Diana is still very strong, making it hard for him to fully accept Camilla. He is careful about how he interacts with people who are associated with his mother's sorrow out of respect for her memory. Camilla is aware of the subtle tension within the royal family. She navigates their dynamics gracefully and knows the boundaries that exist. She doesn't force closeness and acknowledges that some wounds can't be healed with time alone. Her bond with William is built on respecting boundaries rather than a profound emotional connection. Over time, Prince William's duties are increasing. He is getting ready for a time when he will become the king. His main priorities are his wife, Catherine, who is the Princess of Wales, and their 3 kids. He aims to establish a royal household that is characterized by honesty, kindness, and emotional security. The way he envisions the monarchy is influenced by what he learned from his mother's life. His goal is to shield his children from the hardships he encountered in the past. In this vision, Queen Camilla is respected but not considered close. She is included in the royal family but not in William's personal life. He interacts with her, goes to events together, and shows a united front with the royal family in public. However, he is cautious with his emotions. He remembers the past and always keeps Diana's memory in mind when making decisions. In the future, William and Camilla may need to collaborate more often. As Charles gets older, their duties in public may become more similar. However, it's unlikely that they will develop a deep emotional connection. Instead, they have more of a mutual understanding. They both realize that the past cannot be altered. They agree to maintain harmony for the good of the monarchy, even if their feelings lead them in different directions. In private, William is still Diana's son. He holds on to her beliefs, her struggles, and her resilience. He honors her legacy by how he behaves, the choices he makes, and his compassion for others. Camilla acknowledges his need for privacy and doesn't intrude on the boundaries he sets. Will Queen Camilla and Prince William ever find peace? True healing and closeness may not be achievable, but they can strive for understanding, respect, and cooperation. They may not become close, but they can coexist in the royal world without conflict. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.